guys, welcome back. So in this video we will see that some more methods of comparator functional interface, right? So if you remember, in last class I was talking about how you can use the defaults method which we have in the comparator interface, or how you can convert the old way of writing comparator into a functional programming, right? And we are clear with that. Now we will see that some more method what we have. So let's say we have, let's say, this name comparator 2, right? And this will actually will sort your data by the first name. So if I have to write collections dot sort, okay, and let me collections dot sort, this will take array list, and then if I will supply this comparator, right, so this will do sorting based on ascending order. But if I will do dot reversed, there is a method, there is a reversed method. So if you click on control, click on reversed, if you will go inside the comparator, this will actually will reverse your output. Okay, it will reverse your output. If I have to show you, if I will run one for each loop here, and str, if I will just print, let's say str, right? Okay, let me do, sorry, I was running for each loop on this str list, but I need to run on the array list. Okay, and here the type is going to be a person4, so I can do str dot get first name, right? You can see that your output will be in the reversed order. That's how reverse works. So it will be CCBBAA. Normal, when we did earlier name comparator, it was in the ascending order, AABBCC. In fact, I can show you once by writing it so that we don't have any confusion. Don't do reverse here, and then same for each loop, whatever we have written here, you call it here. When you call this, you can see that the difference in the output, right? Let me do one thing, let me write one line separator so that we can see the output. Look at the output now, it's AABBCC, now CCBBAA. That's what the output it is. So in reverse, the output got reversed. So this is one method. The second method what we have here is, let's say you have a list, right? So you have list of data of type comparable. So in your list, either you have a string data type or instance variable, right? Or you have instance like integer, double, float, boolean. So comparator has one static method. So if you will directly call comparator after this list, if you will call collections dot sort, okay, and you supply the list which is of type comparable, and you know that a string is of type comparable because a string internally implements comparable interface. If you go inside the string, you can see that it implements the comparable interface, so it is of type comparable. Here you can call comparator dot, you can call the method called reverse order. So basically what output you will get here, your output when you print the same string, your output will come in the reverse order, right? The entire list output is going to be reversed. See here, this is the output DD CCBBAA, because you know that list maintains the insertion order, right? So but when you call reverse order and when you sort it, output becomes DD CCBBAA, which means your entire list is getting reversed. This is the second method. Now there are other methods we have in the comparator. Let me show you. So when you write collections dot sort and you call this your array list the object which we have created here, array list, and then what I'll do, I'll write comparator dot null first. So there is a method called null first. Press control and click on null first. So this is the static method, guys. This will take comparator as an input. Okay, so what it will do, it will first print all the null data and then it will do sorting based on your logic. So I am saying that first print all the null and then do sorting based on the name, and I can run for each loop, right? But before doing this, what I have to do, I have to comment everything, otherwise I will get NP. Like other method will not support null, because I am going to add some null object in my list. So you know that for any object, what is the default value? Default value is null, right? So I can add null. So I'm adding two null object here. So, and I'm calling that collections.sort null first, and then you call your logic, whatever logic you have, right? Let's see that what output you will get. In fact, if I will print the list, that is the better, we can see that what output is coming. See here. Oh, from where null pointer is coming? Okay, because I was running, I should not do that. I should not run the for each loop. So you can, because for each loop, if I run, I will get a NP. I was calling that get off first name on the null. I have, when if I want to call for each, I have to write some logic. So you can see that, see, first null got sorted. I mean, first null came. So when you see null first, whatever null you have, so you can look at here, I have added two null in my list. One was on the third and then fifth positions, but null came first, and then sorting happened based on the first name. So you can see that AA, then there'll be a BB on the first name, and then is going to be CC, right? This is the benefit of null first name. Similarly, what you have is, you have something called nulls last. So which means you want all the nulls to be at the last position. Okay, this also will see that. So here the output will be opposite. Here all your nulls will go to the last positions. For when you scroll last, you can see that all null came to the last. See guys, this all came as a part of Java 1.8. There is something called natural order, right? So the to show the natural order, I will use this list. I'll use this list and I will call that natural order. So natural order, how it works is, natural order is also a static method. So you just call dot natural order. So it will give you the natural order of your list. So basically, okay, I did not print, let me print that. Okay, now I will print that. I was printing the wrong list, guys. So this is your natural order, AA, BB, CC, DD. Now let's say if I will change here AA and here I will do BB. So what is the natural order? Here still you will get AA, BB, CC, DD, because you know that when you call sort and your all string classes is of type comparable. So what would be the natural order? Natural order after the sort is going to be your ascending order. So this is your natural order. You can see that AA, BB, CC and DT. So with this we are done with how many methods here? We have done with 4-5 methods. So one we have done with reversed, where you can know that we can straight away reverse that entire data. Okay, let me do one thing, let me uncomment everything, guys. Okay, all right, got it. Okay, and then let me uncomment so that we can see that whatever we have understood till now. So how many methods we have seen? That one is reversed, which will reverse your comparator result. One is reverse order. So whenever your list has a type of comparable, it will reverse the entire order itself. Then null first, it will give you all null first and then it will work the comparator. Then null last, it will give you all the nulls at the last, and before that there will be a sorting. Then what we have here is we have a natural order. So natural order will give you the natural order of the data. Whatever natural order sorting keeps, it will give you the same data. So with this I'll close the video. In next video we'll see that some more concepts. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.